So when we're dealing with digital anxiety, what is it that we're talking about? You may have experienced or felt that sense of dread or unease at certain things that you connect with in the internet and the world of social media and the connectivity that's so apparent around us. And it's important to recognize them. Like any kind of challenge that we face, any stress or anxiety we face, self-awareness is the key thing. Carl Rogers said it's only when we understand ourselves and we see and accept ourselves fully where we are, that's only when we can change. So this first video is just about taking the pulse of how you feel about the online world and being aware of things. And digital anxiety can present itself in a number of different ways. So sometimes it is just about orientating this massive world we call the internet. Even when you Google something and you're presented with 2 million different responses, how do I find the right thing? The feeling of missing out becomes huge. Digital disconnection and disconnection anxiety. What happens if I'm not there? And then also we face sort of uncertainties around security, social media. What happens if I post something there? Will somebody say something bad about me? Am I opening myself up to trolls or to negative comments? Do I really want to engage with looking at what people think about my post or anybody else's post? Am I really bothered how many likes I get? Well, this new tech and new opportunities can present something called technostress, which is in essence the sense of feeling overwhelmed by all these new things. And that's real. Imagine any scenario where you faced something new or something's felt overwhelming. It's very hard to make sense of it. We want to control and feel safe. And it can be very hard to do that in this world sometimes. As we've mentioned on the blog, the digital world can be a double-edged sword. There can be two sides that we're looking at. And I want to just identify 6 things and have a brief chat about them. And 6 challenges that we might face. The challenge of the new, I've already mentioned. If you find that, it's okay to admit it. And I think maybe when you feel less comfortable online, you perceive a world where there's lots of people that feel immensely comfortable online. The reality is we all have our areas where we're less sure and where we're more sure. Making sense of that and taking that in is really important. Again, finding your pulse and being aware of that. Perpetual distraction is a reality of the internet. We mentioned Deloitte's study that they thought that 85 times a day people would unlock their smartphone. So how do we feel about being distracted that much? And how does that feel when others do it? Have you ever been at a meal table or in a room where everybody's on their phone? Or have you ever felt distracted by alerts and different things? And some of that connects with sleep. If your phone's set up to send you news notifications and they come through at 2 in the morning, that flash and that light may well disturb your sleep. The blue light within your phone's screen will actually confuse your brain and your body's kind of like clock for waking you up. So keeping devices away from you, thinking about the notifications you have, really important. And then the sense of balance. How do I become more balanced in the way I use all these technologies? How do I find balance in the way I manage the internet? If you think of it, it can be a little bit like this, where you're seeking to balance all these different competing things. I need to be online. I need to be on social media. This is my work. Is my WhatsApp my work or home life? You know, like which blogs do I look at? Do I need to look at that for work? Do I need to be aware of that? What happens if I don't know that thing? and that comes up in conversation. Finding a sense of balance is really crucial to helping us navigate the online world. And this fear of missing out is something that's becoming a growing phenomena, FOMO, that I'm worried that if I'm not on that thing or connecting with that thing, then somehow I am losing out. And the internet has just opened a massive world of that. And also the sense of social comparison that we might experience. Does my Facebook page project the real me? What about that person's page? How do I look? And with all these issues, it's just worth being aware. And the key to engaging with these things is to begin to think, why am I here? Why am I online? What is it that I'm looking to achieve? What is the reason why I'm doing this thing? How do I want this to help me? Technology serving me rather than me serving technology. So check out a little bit more on the blog now, and then we're going to have a second video in a while.